Hey yo, what's up? It is the teacher Tobin coming out to you live and direct, son. Just gonna give you guys a video about sun gazing and sunbathing. So just gonna share a little bit of information about it based upon my own experiences with it, how I do it, what it does for me, why it's important, and all that good stuff. So sunbathing has been a very ancient practice in many cultures around the world actually do sunbathing. It's not just, you see people on the beach in California just trying to get in. It's not just for the nice tan, okay? Just to let you guys know, like most people in Western culture think they just want to go into the sun so they can get a nice tan and look all, tan and hot or whatever, but and that's part of it. You do get tan and hot, but not the main purpose of why you sunbathe. So personally, I've discovered the sun is our most important vital essence source of light, energy, and it is what we actually get our energy from. If you really think about the whole planet, it is powered by this sun, it's powered by this star that is so close to us. And it's like when we allow the sun to hit our whole bodies, every single part, when you declothe everything, if possible, finding a spot in nature or somewhere secluded on a nude beach would be, the most ideal, because then you can be naked, run around, do whatever. Or just find a spot where there's not really any people in nature. Or if you have a backyard, that's great too. If you have a backyard and just like let your sun, just take it in, because it's so amazing. It's so amazing, so important. And it's like when you connect with the sun, it's like you're connecting with your star systems. You're not just connecting with this star, you're connecting with all the stars that are in the whole entire fucking galaxy. And allowing the sunlight to hit your whole body, it's like the light awakening and illuminating and activating your kundalini and all your chakras, your merkaba, and then on the physical level, healing, cleansing, rejuvenating the body, removing obstructions. It'll help you have bowel movements. It'll help actually remove cancer, and it's like everything that we've been taught about the sun is a lie. Everything that we've been taught, like it's bad for you if you stand in the sun, wear sunglasses, don't look at the sun, wear sunscreen, it's bad, it's gonna burn your skin. And look, when I was a kid growing up in California, we had a lot of sun. I mean, a lot of sun. And we would be at the beach and running around, and it was like just forced to wear sunscreen and like all this bullshit sunscreen. And I still got burned. I would still get burned. And not only was it from the sunscreen, which is actually absorbing all these chemicals and all this crap, but it's just also the food. A lot of us in the American culture have been grown up eating isn't hydrating food. It dehydrates the body, and it actually makes us hate the sun. It makes us not like the sun because our bodies are becoming weaker, and it compromises the immune system with certain food, and so we don't get the light. So that's also another part of why we're, like this whole manipulation program is to keep us away from the sun. If you look at all these activities that we do from our childhood to even adult life, it's like we're always indoors, whether we're in our house, in our comfort of our homes in the dark, whether we're at school, whether we're at work. It's like we rarely ever get the time to be outdoors and fully experiencing the sunlight, fully experiencing the sun and nature, the air, and just all the elements, and really being in our real natural habitat, in our real school in nature. And so as far as sunbathing goes, I'll tell you personally how I do it. I find a place where I can be totally isolated. I usually go out into the forest, and that's really close to me right here. And there's a good spot. I might bring a towel, maybe I might not. It's actually better to be without anything, because it's like I like having my naked body on the ground, on the grass. So it's like the earth is like uploading messages and codes and knowledge into my body, as well as the sun and the cosmos and the sky. So I'm getting like both at the same time. So that's what I like to do. I like to go out into the forest, take off all my clothes. I lay down, I absorb it, I take it into all regions of my body, the genitals, the dick, the balls, the gooch, you know, all of these regions that are left in the darkness, the like parts that are getting the least amount of sun in most of our lives. Like, how many people never have even gotten, there's so many people that have never even had experienced the sun on their genitals, on their butt. And it's like, these are actually some of the most important parts of your body to receive it, especially, you know, of creation. You know, there's so much importance to our genitals as far as our health and health. You know, it's amazing to get it, that light information and that healing, warming energy. So but yeah, I'll lay down, I'll do my front, I'll do my back, I'll squat, I'll sit up with my heels like this, like that. I'll go like this, hit my back, my spine, activate my kundalini energy on my back. You know, like, I'll spread my cheeks and let the sun go into my butt, you know, literally into my anal, like through that portal door through there, and get all the way, you know, let the light just sink right into my body, my gooch, my balls, everything, and just try to get as many different positions as I can so I can fully get the light on all parts of my body. But even when I'm not doing it completely nude, even just like this, you know, it's great. You know, it feels great. Yeah, it feels really good. I feel really refreshed and energized, electrified, crystallized, awake, nourished. You know, all of our nourishment that we get from food, it comes from the sun. So everything in the sun provides more than any of the food that we're eating, and more, plus some, like more, like like people say we lack vitamin D. You know, there's vitamin D deficiencies, and when I'm out in the sun, I'll have a lot of people coming like, oh, you really love the sun? I say, yeah, I love the sun. And they'll say, yeah, you getting that vitamin D, huh? It's like, yeah, vitamin D and fucking thousands and thousands of other vitamins and minerals, and that can't even be named, not even on the periodic table. So it's important for it to reach each part of your body, and to just let it sink in for as long as possible. You know, really just meditate. That's what I do, is really meditate and allow it to just sink in, so I can fully experience it. Now, with sun gazing is just like a whole nother ball game. I mean, we're looking into the sun. Like, this is another thing that's been taught to us, that it's gonna blind us, that the sun is gonna blind you if you look into it. All those stories with the kid and looking into the sun, he got blinded, he's on an island, and like all the programming, you know, deprogram that, and just now I'm doing it all the time, any parts of the times of the day, whether it's in the middle of the day, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., I'll sun gaze, and I'll do it as much as I feel comfortable with it. You know, it took a lot of time to build up that strength in my eyes, but my eyes have gotten stronger and they can see more. You know, I can see much more clearly. And what's really hurting our eyes, it's not the sun, it's really all these fake artificial lighting, all the radiation, the EMFs, you know, looking at these screens. That's what's hurting our eyes, you know, like, not the sun. The reason, it's just like why people get burned so easily, why people don't like the sun, you know, or get hurt by the sun, or they need to cover up. It's the same reason why people can't look at the sun, you know, with their eyes, and need to wear sunglasses all the time. It's just like the foods they're eating, you know, just being in the dark too much. They're not used to it, you know. It's like when you're in a cave, you come out into the light, it's gonna hurt a little bit. It's gonna feel like too much, and you're gonna want to maybe go back into the cave, like what we have today is these houses and buildings, and then just stay in there because we're used to it, because it's comfortable, and there's so much energy and life in the sun, and like we're coming from death, pretty much, like a lower vibration. So, you know, raising your vibration, you're coming out into the sun and just totally alleviating all this disease and pain and suffering. But it takes time, you know. So like sun gazing, I have a video on the Teacher Tobin website or on the YouTube channel of different ways, you know, covering up the eyes like this and looking into it. And it's like there's so much happens out of sun gazing, including teleporting and receiving different types of energy, giving energy to the sun. Like, you're as powerful as the sun. I'm as powerful as the sun, so I'm giving the sun light. You know, like the sun isn't like, I'm not sun gazing, the sun's gazing at me. You know, or like I'm not sun gazing, you know what I'm saying about that? Like, I'm just as powerful or more powerful than the sun, so I'm giving the sun energy by sun gazing and sunbathing in it.